There we go. How's everybody doing? Terry here. Just want to get on here and let's see what we can talk about today. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Terry Thompson. I am a published author, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, lots of different labels, but none of that really matters. Today is all about you. Let's talk. All right, so today I want to, but before we do that, let me get this shared out. Let me try to get some more people over here real quick. So let's see what we can do here. I'm trying to chat with someone at the moment. Let me see if I can. Actually share this out. Get some people over here. Let me see what I can do here. So give me a second. Let me just do a little bit of house cleaning here. So once again, I'm here trying to give you some motivation. So I want to talk from my book today, Morning Routines. But before we dive into that, I'm just trying to reach out to a couple of friends here and seeing if I can. Actually get some people over here. So just bear with me just a second. Just give me a couple of minutes. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll get started here very shortly. But so just bear with me just a second. Just give me a couple of minutes. Holy Christmas. Let me turn that off. Appreciate it. Let me turn that off. Sorry about that. So make sure that you smash that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And let's see what we can do. So I'm trying to get this thing shared out. There we go. And bam. There we go. So now it's all good to go, shared out. And let me see if, yeah, see if we can do that. Awesome. Got 3 thumbs up already. I love it. All right, so, hey, 4Ks, we love rain. Nice to see you. How's everything going your way? So I want to give a huge super shout out to 4Ks, we love rain. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for joining me here today. So today I wanted to do something just a little bit different. Hopefully this comes across very well, but I just wanted to read from one of my books today. So I don't really get much of an opportunity to read from my books, but today that's exactly what I want to do for everybody here today. So I want to kind of give you an opportunity to ask me questions. If you have any questions, once again, drop a comment within the chat. Let me know what your questions are. So if you do have any questions, once again, drop a comment. Let me know what your questions are. I'll be glad to answer them best that I possibly can. And see if I can get to your questions. So I wrote this book called Morning Routines, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to influence and impact lots of lives around the world. Okay, so morning routines is one of those things that, you got to have a morning routine. I mean, bottom line up front, if you know anything about me, you know that you have to have a morning routine. I 100% absolutely strongly believe in morning routines, and I think morning routines, help set the tone for your day. And when you establish a great morning routine, it gets your day started and it basically sets the tone for the rest of your day. So changing your life with better habits and establish a morning routine that sets the tone for your entire day is easy. But here's the thing, you must put forth an intentional effort to take action. And what I'm about ready to share with you here today are easy action items. So I won't have time to go over everything because I only have about an hour here. So I'm trying to get as many likes as I can, as many thumbs up as I can, as many people to share this out, as many people over here as I possibly can. So if you do have some people that you can bring over here, please bring as many people as you can over here. And we're going to talk about some things. So this book right here, the thing that I'm going to talk about today is dedicated to the action takers of the world. That's you. if you're an action taker within this world, this book is exactly for you. All right, so I'm definitely, as I always tell everybody, wishing you all the best and continued success. I tell everybody that because I genuinely want you to achieve success. All right, I genuinely want you to achieve success, and that's the reason why I write the books that I write. So a lot of the books that I write is coming from over 25 years of knowledge and experience of leading thousands of people to personal and professional success. And I want you to have your version of that success as well too. So it is a known fact. All successful people have some sort of a daily morning routine or habits that are so established in their life that they are a driving force that has led to their success. Okay, would you agree with that? I agree with that. So there's a lot of people that I tremendously look up to within this world, and I have a lot of people that I consider to be my mentor or leader per se. Okay, and every one of those people, they have morning routines. They have things that they do every single day that really sets the tone for their day. So these people have taken an intentional, proactive approach to their day instead of being reactive like most people. Here's the bottom line up front. Most people every single day are reactive. They are reacting to things. So is that you? Do you find yourself every single day reacting to the things that happen throughout your day? Or do you find yourself taking the day by the horns and going out there and setting, establishing what it is that you want to get done that day, and then taking appropriate action every single day in order to do those things that will help you accomplish the things that you must get done every day? So I've got this little thing that I like to talk about called the bottom line up front. And that is exactly what it is. It's the bottom line up front. So the bottom line up front is, a planning method that I came up with that pretty much helps me plan my day. And it helps me focus on the main thing, on what I like to say, the bottom line up front. Now, a lot of people go out there every single day and they set goals. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with goals. I strongly believe in having goals as well too. But here's the thing that I want you to think about. I want you to kind of put just a small twist on that. And instead of goals, I want you to establish better habits. Because here's the thing, we all don't need more goals. We need better habits. Would you agree or would you disagree with that? Let me know in the chat if you agree. Okay, I believe that we don't need better goals. There's plenty of things every single day that we can strive for. But here's how I want you to think about that. Goals are things that have not happened yet. They haven't happened yet. So you're still trying to achieve those things. Whereas habits have already been established. Habits are those things that you've already clearly defined, you're already taking action on, and you're already doing every single day. That's the reason why it's a habit, because you're doing those things. Goals haven't happened yet. You're still wishing for those things to happen. Okay? So I will never wish for better goals or even more goals, but I will always strive to establish better habits. Okay? So I have this quote that I did a long time ago called, I don't need better goals, I need better habits. So every single day I'm always trying to basically establish better habits. Okay? So, establish better habits. Okay, so here's some things. Before we get started on some morning habits that I've established, let's talk about some things that you should not do. Every single day people talk about all the things that you should do. Here's the things that you should do. You should do this. You should do that. You want to achieve success? Go do this. You want to achieve success? Well, go do that. People don't really talk about the things that you should not do. So here's a quick list of things not to do. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, if you're anything like me, you got an alarm clock. Okay, I have to have an alarm clock so that way I can wake myself up in the morning. Now, I do have days that I do tend to sleep in, and I have those days where I tend to wake up naturally. Anywhere between 6 and 8 hours is natural, but I've gotten as much as 8 to 10 hours of sleep in a night as well too. Okay, so if you set that alarm clock, here's the thing. Don't hit the snooze button. When that alarm clock goes off, make sure you get up right away. Do not check your phone right away. So a lot of times when people, their alarm goes off, the first thing what they want to do is they want to grab that phone, check their email, check their social media, and they'll sit there in bed for about an hour checking social media. Is that you? Does that sound like you? I know that used to be me a long time ago. So even at nighttime, even at night before I go to bed, I used to sit there and I'll look at my phone for like an hour, 2 hours before I even go to bed. That's the worst thing you can do. And in the morning, that's also the worst thing that you could do in the morning as well too. So don't check your phone. Don't read your email. Don't look at your social media. Okay. Next thing is do not start your morning complaining about anything. So when you wake up in the morning, do you ever find negative thoughts entering your mind where you're just thinking about all the things, oh man, I have to do that, or I got to do this, or oh man, this person, that person, whatever the case may be. Okay, so don't start your morning complaining about anything. Be thankful. Be grateful that you woke up that morning and that you have things to do. Okay, so don't complain about the things that you have to do. Be grateful for the things that you get to do. Once again, it's that little twist, it's that little tweak, it's that little changing of the language that you use that will determine whether things are positive or negative. Okay, have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed that sometimes language can determine whether you're in a good mood or a bad mood, positive mood or a negative mood? Twist that language around, okay? Instead of saying all the things that you have to do, be thankful and grateful for the things that you get to do. Because I guarantee you that there's people that are out there in this world that do not get to do half the things that you get to do, that sometimes you take for granted. I know myself, I'm tremendously thankful for the things that I get to do every single day. That's come with years of hard work and everything. All right, so once again, I see that we got some people trickling in and out. Once again, give me a thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. And let's get some people over here. Okay? Let's invite as many people over here as we can. All right, so give me a thumbs up. All right, and if you have any questions, once again, leave them in the chat. Ask me a question, and I will do my best to answer it. Okay, so moving right along, do not eat a heavy breakfast or even junk food. So first thing in the morning, a lot of people, they want to, drink 10 pounds of coffee and go eat like 20 pounds of donuts and chips and all this crazy stuff like that. So when you think of food as fuel, okay? A lot of people want to go out there and just consume a lot of junk, and then they wonder why they feel bad. What you put in your body, what you eat, will determine your energy level. It will determine how much energy you have. It will determine how much strength you have. So what you eat in the morning, what you drink in the morning is very important. Okay, so do not eat a heavy breakfast or even junk food. Do not drink an entire pot of coffee. Well, I struggle with that because I drink coffee every day. So, yeah, I'm having a hard time following my own advice because I do drink a lot of coffee. Now, there's different ways of looking at that, though. So coffee in and of itself is actually not bad for you. Here's what is bad for you. What actually is bad for you is all the sugar and the cream and all this other stuff that people tend to put in there. Okay, so myself, I like a good keto coffee. I will put butter and I will put cinnamon in my coffee. Don't knock it until you try it. I'm telling you, man, that butter and cinnamon is actually pretty good in some coffee. Okay? But where people get in trouble is when they put 25 pounds of sugar in their coffee, or they go through an entire family-sized thing of creamer in 2 days. That's not really good for you. Okay? And here's another one, moving right along. Do not watch television of any kind, including the traffic report. So Getting on TV, so here's the thing, man. There's really nothing positive about TV. I don't really watch very much TV. Every once in a while, yeah, I might watch something every morning. Okay. But yeah, watching television. I don't really watch television in the morning. And there's negative. There's nothing but negative. News is negative. I don't like the news. Traffic, they're just talking about the accidents and how bad traffic is. You want to get in a bad mood? Watch the traffic report before you go to work in the morning and see how bad of a mood you get into. Because if it's bad traffic, you're going to have that on your mind all morning while you're driving to work. Man, traffic's bad. This, oh my goodness, I don't want to drive to work now. It's raining outside, whatever the case may be. So once again, try to stay away from those negative things. Try to maintain a positive mindset. That's the reason why I don't look at social media in the morning. That's the reason why I don't watch the traffic. That's the reason why I don't really look at the weather. You want to know what the weather's like? Go outside. Stand on your front porch and enjoy the morning. So that's one of the things that I do in the morning. I love going outside and standing on my front porch. Okay? I love it. I love going outside and standing on my front porch. I'll stand out there for like 10 or 15 minutes and just watch. And I'll just listen. I'll listen to the sounds. I will watch, the moon kind of fade away and watch the sun kind of come up and watch the clouds kind of come in a little bit. That's how you start a morning. That's how you start a day. You don't start the day with, an hour of social media, watching the news, eating 25 pounds of breakfast, and complaining about all the things that you get to do. That doesn't help your mindset. So, John Maxwell, I'm going to quote John Maxwell here. John Maxwell, great author. He's got, hundreds of books out. I've read probably about 40 of his books. I have several of his books, not on this bookshelf. I got a few on this bookshelf, and I got a few in some boxes over here. So I actually don't have all of my books out in the open, but I do got quite a few that are behind me that are really great books as well, too. And actually, as a matter of fact, this is one of his books right here, the 360-Degree Leader. That's a John Maxwell book, really good book. Okay, and what that book talks about is how you can be a leader anywhere within your organization, 360 degrees. A lot of people think that leadership is at the top. Not necessarily a true statement. Leadership can happen anywhere. Okay, but here's the thing. You got to get the right mindset. And John Maxwell had a great quote where he said, if you want to change your life, change your thinking. Because by changing your way of thinking, you can change your way of life. And I strongly believe that. Okay, and that was from his book called Thinking for a Change. Great book. If you've never read that book right there, John C. Maxwell, Thinking for a Change, very good book. I read that book and it absolutely changed my mind because that's exactly what the goal and the purpose of that book was to shift your thinking, shift your mindset, change your thinking. And the best quote that was out of that book, now I didn't really have to read no more of that book because once I read that quote, I was like, that blew my mind. I don't have to read the rest of the book at all. And like I said, if you want to change your life, change your thinking. Because by changing your thinking, you can change your life. Mindset is everything. Everything begins in the mind. If you're having a bad day, okay, you can change that, okay, with your thinking and taking appropriate action. So many people get defeated before anything even starts, and that's because they allow themselves to get defeated by their thinking. So I'll give you an example. Music. I love music. One of my other channels is a music channel. Okay, I've been playing music for over 30 years, and music is one of those things that can change your mindset. If you really want to change your mindset, that's another great way to do that is through music. But let me ask this question right here. Why is it that when people are down or depressed or sad, they listen to sad music? All that's doing is getting you further depressed and further sad and further, down in the dumps. If you're negative or you're depressed or you're sad, don't listen to sad, depressing, down, slow music. Pump it up. Listen to some loud music. Listen to some fast music. Listen to some dance music. Listen to some exciting, happy, bright music. That's how you can change your mindset, through the power of music. Because look, music is the universal language that speaks to everyone. It does. I strongly, 100%, wholeheartedly, absolutely believe this. Music is the universal language that speaks to everyone. So why is it that when people are down in the dumps, they want to listen to down in the dumps depressing music? That doesn't make any sense to me. Every time that I'm down, I listen to exciting, fast, dance music, okay? And that changes my mindset. It changes my mood. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time in the day to where I want to listen to that sad, sappy, depressing type stuff. The only reason why I listen to that is because I'm trying to relax. I love lo-fi music. Lo-fi hip-hop or chill hop. There's many languages for it, or genres or types or whatever. Okay? But I 100% absolutely love listening to lo-fi chill hop music. It's very relaxing to listen to. Okay? Somebody put me in timeout. So they put me in timeout. She put me in timeout. It's all good. She timed me out. It's all good. She put me in timeout. And I expected her to do that. It's all good. So, where was I at? Yeah, music. So music can change your mood. It can change how you act. It can change how you feel. It can change everything. Okay? So my morning routine, let's get back on track about my morning routine. My morning routine, I focus on three things. There's three things that I really focus on in the morning, and that's my mind, my body, and my spirit. So I already talked about a few things about my mind. What are some things that I do, to get my body ready for the day? Well, the biggest thing that you can do is to get moving. Get moving. Take action. A lot of people, they get up and, they're like, oh man, I don't want to do anything. But the best thing that you can do is get moving. Now, you don't really have to go do an entire workout. I did for years. I did for many years. I used to get up and go for runs and work out and do all these different things. And, and I used to do that. I can't really do that very much anymore these days. So I at least try to do some movement. So I have a rebounder. It's a trampoline. And I like to bounce up and down on that. And that gets my heart rate going, gets my blood flow going. I lift a little bit of weights, what I can. Do some sit-ups. And that really kind of gets me going. But the idea is to get moving. Even if you're just jumping up and down or bouncing up and down in place, that's getting movement. Okay? And then your spirit. So the biggest thing that I like to do, spirit-wise is just practice being grateful. What are the things that I'm grateful for? So I'll look in the mirror and I will say things that I'm grateful for. What am I grateful for? Well, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my wife and two kids. I'm grateful for another day to be able to provide value. I'm grateful for another day to be able to do what it is that I do, because, not everybody gets to do what I do. So being grateful, practice the art of being grateful. That really will set the tone for your day. Once again, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Once you're able to get your mind, your body, and your spirit in tune, you will have a great day. Okay, I wonder how long. I wonder how long she. Oh, there we go. So I'm not timed out anymore. Wonder how long she timed me out for. I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but I'm like watching another channel here while I'm talking as well too, and I got put in timeout by the channel owner. Hold on, I got to apologize. I'm over here. I'm having to apologize to someone here because I was in a live stream and I copied and pasted the wrong link. So now I'm having to go explain myself. Sorry about that. Sorry for the delay. So I just want to stop and give a quick shout out if you're still here. 4Ks, we love rain. If you're still here, I see that you are. Shout out. Hopefully you're having a great day today. And if I am providing value, let me know. Yeah. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Why does it do that? There we go. That's, I think, what I was trying to do. I think that's what I was trying to do. Oh, there's a delay. She moved my stuff around right when I did that. All right. So super shout out to 4Ks, we love rains. Shout out to you, shout out. So if, once again, if you're watching here, you know, make sure you give my channel a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, so moving right along. So here's what I want to talk about. I want to kind of start off with some habits that I think that are really good. Okay, so one of the best habits that you can do is to wake up early. You know, so many people, you know, they talk about how they stay up late at night and this, that, and the other, and they can never really get started in the morning. Well, that's because you stay up too late at night. It took me a long time to understand that. It genuinely did, because I used, you know, years ago, I used to stay up all night long. I would stay up all night and get about 30 minutes of like nap time in before going back to work the next day. And then I would just be garbage the next day at work because guess what? I was tired. Okay. So one of the things that I always tried to make an effort to do is go to bed early and get up early. You know, so many people get up late and get up early, and it's backwards. Go to bed early, get a full night's sleep, get up early. Okay, so here's what I try to do now. Before, I used to go to bed at like 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 4 or even 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I would get up at like 5:30 or 6. Crazy, absolutely crazy. And I would do that on the weekends as well too. Friday and Saturday, I would go to bed at like 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then turn around and try to get right back up at 7 or 8. Okay, and I would get like 4 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, 2 hours of sleep, if that. And then I was just garbage the rest of the day. I was sluggish and didn't have energy and have time. So wake up before 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's what's called the 5 a.m. Club. If you're familiar with Robin Sharma, so Robin Sharma wrote this great book called the 5 a.m. Club, and he talks about getting up early, getting enough sleep, you know, going to bed at like 9 o'clock and then getting up at 5. You know, so many people work from 9 to 5. Why not go to sleep from 9 to 5? Okay? So if you look at it, 9 o'clock at night to 5 o'clock in the morning. If you're like the average person, you might get to sleep fairly quickly. Me, I can get to sleep in 10 minutes or less because when I go to sleep, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm ready to go to bed. Okay, so let's say, for example, if I lay down at 9 o'clock, I'm usually generally asleep by like 9:30. Let's say, for example, if I got to bed at 10, or I fell asleep by 10. Even 10 to 5, okay, that's still 7 hours of sleep. That's still better than the average person. Okay? So think about it. 10 to 5 is even still 7 hours of sleep. Okay? But you got to go to bed. You got to get in there in the bed. You got to relax. So here's my tips on getting a good night's sleep. My tips on getting a very good night's sleep is make sure that your room is dark as possible. Okay, make sure your room is dark. Now, there's two ways of looking at this. You got noise and no noise. Me, personally, I like to have noise with the fan. I have to have the fan on. I 100% absolutely cannot sleep in pure silence, but I have to be in pure darkness. Okay, I love the dark, just can't stand the silence. Okay, if it's silent in the room, believe me, my head is just spinning around and I'm thinking of all kinds of things. I'm listening to the noises outside, listening to the people across the street, just, it's too much for me. I have to have that fan on. So that fan, that white noise in the background, it helps me tune everything out. I can zone in on that. And usually within about 10 minutes, I'm asleep. Okay? So another way that you can do that is put on some headphones and put on some music. One of the great things that I love doing is this alpha wave music. So if you've never listened to like alpha wave music, look that up. Okay, there's some great music that's out there that talks about alpha waves and this, that, and the other, relaxing music, study music, sleep music, alpha wave music. So if you've never listened to that, great stuff, I'm telling you. It's generally droning, and it kind of hits like one note, and it just doesn't stop for like 10 hours. Okay, but look, there's science behind that. There's science behind those notes. There's science behind those sounds and those frequencies. Okay, and there's certain frequencies that are out there that help you relax a lot better. There's certain frequencies that help your brain stay focused. There's certain frequencies that get you going. There's certain frequencies that get you upset. There's certain frequencies that get you happy, sad, whatever the case may be. Once again, like I said, music is the universal language. So there's music that's out there, this alpha wave music, this relaxing study music that's out there with specific alpha waves or frequencies. Once again, that stuff can help you get a pretty good night's sleep. It can help you fall asleep faster. It'll give you something to focus on. So, if you're one of those people that don't really like the fan, okay, put some earphones on and do it that way. Now, here's the other thing. If you don't like the fan because it might get too cold, I've even done this. I've turned the fan on and turned it away from me just because I like the sound of it. I don't necessarily need the fan blowing directly in my face or on me. I just need the sound of it. Okay? So for me, it's all about the sound. All right? But go to bed early. Wake up early. Who says a lot of people get worried about working 9 to 5. Who says you can't sleep from 9 to 5? Get you some sleep. All right? So here's a few benefits of waking up early. So I talked about going to bed early and waking up early. Let's talk about the benefits of waking up early. So let me ask you this. Before I go into the benefits, whenever you wake up in the morning, if you have a full house of people, do you often feel that it's competition for everything? Do you feel that it's competition to get to the bathroom? Do you feel that it's competition to use the sink, the mirror, the kitchen, the closet, whatever the case may be if you have a walk-in closet and you share it? Do you feel that it's competition for quiet time? If you answered yes to all of those, then the benefits of waking up is about ready to change your whole mindset of why I say wake up early in the morning. Because the benefits of waking up early in the morning, believe me, what I'm about ready to share with you are absolutely amazing benefits. So here's the benefits of waking up early. You get some quiet time to yourself before everyone else wakes up, and life starts making demands on your time. Okay? Once again, it goes back to that competition thing. If you share a house with other people, there's 4 people in my house. So when we're all up at the same time, first thing in the morning, it's a madhouse. Okay? We're trying to get breakfast going. Kids are trying to watch TV. Everybody's trying to get dressed. People are trying to brush their teeth, fix their hair, and this, that, and the other. And it can get quite chaotic. So when you wake up early before everybody else does, you get that quiet time to yourself to kind of do what you want to do. So if you get up early in the morning and you find you a nice quiet place, you can meditate, you can read a book, you can relax, you can think about things, you can write things down on a piece of paper, and kind of do some planning. Another benefit is that your productivity and your energy levels are higher when you get up as early as opposed to oversleeping and waking up later. So let me ask you this question. Have you ever heard of alpha brain, or your brain being in an alpha state? When you first wake up in the morning, your brain is in an alpha state. In other words, it's at its most productive, most thought-provoking, most ready to learn, most ready to take action state. That's what's called an alpha state. So that's why I like to read first thing in the morning. So I like to get my body moving, just to get that energy going, to get that metabolism going, get myself going, okay? And I like to read first thing in the morning. The reason why I like to read is because my brain is in that alpha state. It's in that learning mode. It's in that receiving mode, okay? So the first thing that I will do is I will go in and I'll splash some cold, very cold water on my face and my head, brush my teeth, okay? And then I will go down and I will start reading, okay? And the reason why I do that is because my brain is in an alpha state. Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking at my stream here. It looked like it was delaying there for a second. Couldn't quite tell. Okay, so alpha state. Yeah, first thing in the morning, your brain is in an alpha state. That's when you're ready to learn the most. Okay, your productivity, your energy, your learning levels are higher when you wake up early. All right, another benefit, provides more time to think, plan, and do. Let me ask you this right here. How often do you intentionally think? How often do you intentionally think? A lot of times people are taking passive action. Okay, and I'm the type of person that likes to take intentional action. You know, there's so many things that I'm good at, and those things I can do passively, but I'm telling you right now, if you want to achieve success, if you want to get a handle on your day, then you need to stop trying to do things passively, do them actively, do them proactively, do them intentionally first thing in the morning. Okay. Now, when it comes to planning, I like to plan the night before, so that way the next morning I already have action items that I need to get done that day, or that I must get done. So I don't like to say that I have to do things, I need to get things, I got to do things. I put things into a category of I must do those things. I must get this done. Now, and the reason why I say that is because that ties hand in hand with why I do things. Most people get bent around the axle of what they have to do instead of why they do them. Notice the languaging that I said there. Most people get bent around the axle of what they have to do, what they need to do, versus focusing on the things that they must do and why. When you tie things to a why, it will determine your must. Have a bigger why. You want to accomplish success, you want to achieve success, have a bigger why. Why do you do things? Tie it to a why. Well, I do things because I want to achieve a level of success. I want to help for my family. I want to provide for my family. Some people do things because they want to be famous. Some people do things because they want more money. Some people do things because they want more time. Okay? And me, I'm a leadership expert. Okay? I do things because I'm trying to increase influence and impact. Because that's the two most important aspects of leadership, is influence and impact. When I'm leading people, I'm providing influence. And that gives impact, or it impacts their lives positively. Okay, by providing knowledge, skills. I don't provide experience, I provide my experience, but only you can have your own experience. I can give you knowledge and skills, but you still have to take action to establish your experience with that knowledge and skills. Okay? All right, so another benefit, early to bed and early to rise, puts your body in a better rhythm and will reduce the tired, lazy, puffy eyes look of oversleeping. So have you ever noticed that whenever you sleep too much, you're more tired? Well, some people tend to think that, hey, if I can get 100 hours of sleep, I'm going to be great. I'm not going to be tired, but it's the exact opposite. If you get too much sleep, you'll be tired. If you get too much sleep, you will be lazy and you won't get started. You'll have puffy eyes. You'll have black spots under your eyes. It'll be too much. Okay? You don't really need a lot of sleep. You need sleep. Don't get me wrong. Sleep is important. I'm not trying to say that, you need to stay awake for days on end. Okay? I've done that. Okay? The worst time that I had a 9-day period. So in 9 days, I only got like 7 hours of sleep. So I got 3 hours of sleep one day and 4 hours of sleep on another day. The rest of the time I was awake. It sucked. Absolutely sucked. It absolutely sucked. I was tired. I was drained. I didn't want to do anything. When I had to do something, I was like nodding off. My energy just wasn't there. So it was a rough time. I was trying to get something done. So yeah, in 9 days, I got about 7 hours of sleep and I spent the rest of the time awake because I was trying to get something accomplished. I definitely would not recommend doing that because I've done that. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get enough sleep, not too much, and not too little, okay? Another benefit of getting sleep or waking up early is it lowers your stress levels without the need to rush and get things done. So when you get up late, have you ever noticed that you're in a rush, you're in a hurry? Whereas if you would have gotten up earlier, you would have had time to plan, prepare, and do. Or to think, plan, and do, I'm sorry. Think, plan, and do. Okay? Or if you planned the night before, think and do. Or if you really want to get down to it, just do. Okay? When I wake up in the morning, I'm ready to rock, man. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to take action. I've gotten my sleep. It's time to get up. I got to go do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a contradiction of language, but you know what I mean. I do what I do. When it's time to get up, it's time to get up. Okay. All right, here's another one. I already talked about this one briefly. You get to listen to nature and watch the sunrise. I love the sunrise. I love the sound of nature. You don't really get to experience that if you don't get up. Most people, when they get up, the sun's already up, half the day's over. And then you complain that you don't have time. Well, that's garbage. You have time if you would have gotten up. Let me ask you this. Here's a great question. If you haven't watched a sunrise in a long time, go watch a sunrise. But I want to frame it like this. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Let that sink in just for a second. Let that also re-energize you. And let that hopefully motivate and inspire you to get up in the morning and go watch a sunrise. Hopefully that will inspire you to get up and just go sit out on your front porch and listen to the sounds of nature. So when I go outside and I listen to the sounds of nature out in my front yard, or out on my front porch, I get to listen to crickets and frogs and chickens and whatever else is out there. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. I've even gone outside and recorded those sounds, and then I'll bring them down here and put them in my computer, and I'll play piano over top of it. I love the sounds of piano played over top of the sounds of nature. Okay. Once again, I said I've been playing music for 30 years. One of my other channels is a music channel. Okay. I love it. I love the sound of a good piano or even like really good soft played guitar over the top of the sounds of rain. Okay. And then the other thing is that here's the thing, another benefit to waking up early is that you get done the things that you must get done that morning before your family members wake up. So that way, when your family does start waking up, you can greet them. You can say good morning. You can meet them, with a smile. And you've had your opportunity to get things that you need to get done instead of competing or conflicting with them. You've accomplished the majority of your routine or your morning tasks when you get up early. Once again, it ties back into that. People complain about not having enough time. Well, if you get up early, you will have time. You will get those things done. You can meet and you can greet your family and with a smile instead of turning away from them saying, I got 1,000 things to do. I don't have time for you. Let's go get some cereal and bye. You know what I'm saying? So does that sound like you in the morning? That's a tragedy if it is. Okay? Eat breakfast with your family. Make breakfast for your family. Spend time with your family. Ask them what are they going to do for the day. What are their plans? Okay. All right, so moving right along. Waking up early is actually easy to do once you establish the routine of getting up when the alarm goes off, smiling, saying thank you for another day, and jumping right out of bed. You always say if you're not ready to get out of bed, then go back to bed because you're not ready for the day. Have you ever heard that? Maybe I'm the only one that says that. But I mean that. If you're not ready to get out of bed, then you might as well just go back to bed because you're not ready for the day. Now, I say that a little kind of jokingly or a little tongue-in-cheek, but you kind of get my point. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you haven't planned for your day and you don't have things that you must get done and you haven't tied it to a bigger reason of why you need to get your day started, gosh, I mean, you might as well go back to sleep. It's kind of like, man, somebody woke up in bed and roll over, wake up on the other side of the bed. It kind of goes hand in hand with that little saying or that little quote right there. All right. But look, if you intentionally plan your day, you wake up with a purpose and truly thankful for every opportunity, you will find it easier to get out of bed. You will absolutely find it easier to get out of bed every single day. Okay? If you intentionally plan your day, wake up with a purpose, and if you're truly thankful for every opportunity, you will find it easier to get up out of bed every single day. I guarantee it. All right, so the moment that you discover your passion, or like I said, what I like to call your why in life, you might actually get up and out of bed earlier because why you do something will motivate you. Why you do something will actually motivate you. It will inspire you to want to get up. You know, so like I said earlier, so many people complain about all the things that they have to do. Be thankful for the things that you get to do. There's lots of people that didn't wake up this morning. Okay? There's lots of people that didn't wake up this morning. They didn't get this day. Be thankful. Be grateful. Enjoy the day. Okay? Which takes me to my second point. Be thankful. When you first wake up, it's so tempting to want to hit that snooze button, roll back over, and go to sleep. That's the worst thing you can do. Next to waking up complaining about the things you have to do all day. Instead of doing either of those things, be thankful. Being thankful does not have to be this great, big, gigantic, huge thing. It does not have to be. Okay? But whoever or whatever it is that you are thankful for, make sure that you practice gratitude by being thankful. Be thankful for another day that you get to live your life. Be thankful for the opportunities of the day. Be thankful for the people that are in your life. I'm thankful every single day for the people that are in my life. Okay? I'm thankful. I like to start every morning by thanking God for another day. I have a little prayer that I say each and every morning when I get up that reinforces my relationship with God and expresses thankfulness for another valuable day and it goes basically like this. Okay? So I'm not trying to impress religious beliefs upon anybody. Okay, if you believe, you believe. If you do not, you do not. Okay, I'm not trying to impress that upon you. Okay, but it's one of the things that I do. All right, so I get up in the morning and I say a little prayer like this. It goes, thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for another opportunity to be of value and serve others. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my family. And thank you for providing me with the knowledge, skills, and ability to be of maximum impact in those that have put their faith and trust in me. Please grant me the strength, the courage, the wisdom, and the continued ability to take action and have a positive impact on those that have put their faith and trust in me. With God, all things are possible. Today, nothing is impossible because I'm possible. Amen. When you say a little prayer like that every single day, it gives you a little bit of perspective that there's something bigger than you. There's something greater than you. There's something more than you. And I think that a lot of people in this world are selfish. I strongly believe that. I think that a lot of people are selfish out there and they only think of themselves. When you start thinking of other people and start putting other people first, and you start valuing things that are outside of yourself, it's a lot easier to serve others. Okay, so if you look at this book right here behind me called Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael, great book. Absolutely amazing book. So if you have not read this book right here behind me, it's called Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael. Amazing book. Absolutely great book. That book right there will change your mind. It'll change your life. Okay? Because we are all built to serve. Humans are built to serve. Okay? We were built to serve one another. Okay? It's like tragedies. It's like disasters. It's like things that happen out there in the world. Have you ever noticed that there's people that are willing to help? People that are willing to give blood. People that are willing to give supplies. People that are willing because we were built to serve. Now, I'm not going to touch on the negative because there's a lot of negative that's out there in the world as well too. Like I said, if you know anything about me, I don't focus on that garbage. I just don't. I don't have time for it. Okay? But people are genuinely built to serve. People that don't have their head in their fourth point of contact, that is. Okay? People that have their head in their fourth point of contact, in other words, their ass. Okay? Now those people are a different story. Those people look for the negative. Those people strive on the negative. Those people are always trying to keep things in the negative because they don't have anything positive in their life to be thankful for. Okay? So now I have different variations of what I was talking about, but basically the idea is to establish a positive mindset every single day. Okay? So I also write down in my daily planner the one person or thing that I am thankful for that day. All right? And you know, and every single day it's a different person. It's a different thing that I'm thankful for, but I always want to make sure that every single day I'm thankful for that person. And I want to make sure that I tell that person that I'm thankful for them. You know, so if it's my wife, I tell her I'm thankful for her. I'm grateful for her. If it's my kids, my mom, brother, sister, anybody, you know, a friend, a coworker, whatever the case may be, I try to tell them I'm thankful for you. I'm grateful for you. I want you to achieve success today. I'm wishing you all of the best and continued success. Okay, so start the day off by being thankful. So the daily practice of showing gratitude is a great way to start your day. Feel good about yourself, and more importantly, establish a positive mindset that is ready to take on the day's opportunities. Because if you start the day with an attitude of defeat, you will not win the day. How can you win when you've already been defeated? When you've already established a mindset of being defeated, there's no way that you can win the day if you start the day off by feeling negative. So I want to give a quick shout out to ESN OFW Vlog. So thank you for joining. All right, let me add you here. Oh, where'd you go? Add moderator. There you go. Gave you a blue jacket. Thank you for joining me here today. All right, so if you start the day, once again, like I said, defeated, there's no way that you can win because you've already lost. And it's an uphill battle all the way from there. Okay, so make sure that you start the day feeling thankful. Make sure you start the day with gratitude. You know, have you ever heard the saying, attitude of gratitude? Okay, attitude of gratitude. If you have an attitude of gratitude, there's nothing that is impossible. To kind of put a more positive spin on that, if you have an attitude of gratitude, anything is possible. So once again, it's all about languaging. If you remember earlier, I talked about how you language certain things. A lot of people language things negatively. But if you language certain things and certain statements positively, they kind of have a different meaning. They kind of have a different twist on that. Okay? So ESN Vlog says, start your day with the positive energy, brother. Thanks because still alive. God bless all. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. So every day is a blessing. It is. Every day is a blessing. All right? So here are some reasons to be thankful that you can remember. If you think that you are having a bad day, think about these things right here. You woke up to live another day. That's something to be thankful for. You have your health. That's something to be thankful for. You have a roof over your head and the bills are paid. Be thankful. You have running water. Be thankful. There's a lot of people that don't have running water. All right? You have friends and family that love you. You have a job. You have an opportunity. So many people every day get defeated because they allow those negative thoughts to get in their head and just consume them. But every day is an opportunity. if you believe. Okay? So once again, my good friend Evan Carmichael up here, he's got these books, Built to Serve in Your One Word. And his one word is believe. Okay? When you believe, you can achieve. When you believe strong enough, you will achieve whatever it is that you set out to achieve every single day, but you have to believe. Okay? But most people think things are impossible. Well, let's put a spin on impossible. If you spell impossible differently, it says I'm possible. Nothing is impossible when I'm possible. Okay? I'm thankful for each and every day that I wake up. I truly am. Another opportunity, another chance to make a difference. Okay? And every single day, you know, even though I have a game plan, I really never know what that difference is going to be to someone because it's based off of perspective. Everybody has their different perspective, and that's something that even today I still struggle with. I still struggle with perspective every single day because based off of perspective, there's, you know, something could be right. Based off perspective, something could be wrong because I never really think about things of like a way or I said that wrong. The way. I always think of things as a way because based off of different perspective, okay, things could be right, things could be wrong. At the end of the day, it could be the exact opposite. It depends on how you look at it. Once again, that's something I struggle with still. So watching from Saudi Arabia, wow, man, thank you. Thank you for watching from Saudi Arabia, all the way in Saudi Arabia. That's awesome, man. So, yes, when wake up in the morning, say thanks because still alive, all problems have a solution. That's true if you believe you win. And you're absolutely correct. All problems do have a solution. And the thing is that some people don't look for the solution because they're so busy complaining about the problem that they don't see what the solution is. Okay? Because they're too busy complaining about the problem. And that's the reason why most people never really find a solution. Because they're too busy focused on the problem. So, let me put it this way. Have you ever tried so hard not to do something that you ended up doing it anyway? It's because you focus on it. Remember, what you focus on, what gives attention, gives life. Okay, now here's what I mean by that. This is exactly what I mean by that. What you focus on, in other words, what you give attention, you give life to. If you're focused on the problem, you're going to have the problem. If you focus on, I'm not going to fall, I'm not going to fall, I'm not going to fall, the next thing you know, you fall, that's because you was focused on the fall instead of taking one step at a time. If you want to achieve success, you take one step at a time. Okay? Sure, there's going to be problems along the way. I need to step here. There's a problem. I need to step over there. I need to step over here. I need to step over there. Put one foot in front of the other and continue taking action until you reach the destination. Absolutely. One step at a time, one thing at a time, one appropriate action at a time. You will achieve success. Once again, so many people get focused on the problem that they don't think about the solutions. They don't think about the steps along the way because here's the bigger way to look at that. The bigger way of looking at that, let's say, for example, that you want to achieve something. A lot of people are focused on two things. One, they're focused on how big that thing is that they want to achieve, that they don't realize that one big thing is broken down into many little things or steps. Or people get focused on the steps or the things that they need to do along the way that they lose track of the big thing that they're trying to accomplish. So that's two different things, strategy and tactics. I talked about that in one of my videos called What is Strategy? Okay, so what is strategy and what is tactics? Strategy is the overall thing that you're trying to accomplish. The tactics are the tools that you're using along the way to accomplish the strategy. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So strategy and tactics. Think about think about that in two different ways. Strategy is the overall thing that you want to accomplish, and the tactics or the methods or the tools or the techniques that you use along the way in order to achieve the strategy. Talked about that in another video called What is Strategy? All right. But so many people get overwhelmed. They get overwhelmed with all of the things that they can do. Now, here's the thing. Keep in mind, there's never really one way to do things. There really isn't. There's really never one way to, except for maybe breathing. The only way to breathe is to breathe. All right. So, you know, there's lots of things. There's lots of different ways to look at that. Okay. But so many people limit their thinking because they get overwhelmed with all the different ways to do things. Keep in mind, there's many different ways to do one thing. There's many different ways to do one thing. No matter what that one thing is. Okay? All right, so if you have any questions, anything that you want me to kind of touch on or anything that you want me to answer, all right, feel free. Ask a question in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer any questions. Okay? Because I got to wrap this up. I got about 5 more minutes, and then I got to go because it's time, or I must go. Let's put it that way. It's dinner time, so I'm going to go get dinner started for my kids. But if there's any questions, you have a chance to ask that question here before I go. And if you've received value, please let me know that you got value out of today's talk. And if you're also here, I see that there's 3 people here. I know that ESN, I know you're here. 4Ks, I know you're here. There's another person, not quite sure. All right, but if you got a question, ask your question in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer it. Okay, so here's another quote right here. It's the little things in life that matter the most, and I've learned to appreciate even the smallest of gifts that make me happy. Once again, every single day, people find ways to not be happy instead of finding joy in the little things. I find joy in the little things because, you know, I used to be one of those people years ago that used to complain about everything every day. And it was stressful. And every day was very negative. Okay. I would wake up in the morning defeated before I even got started. I would complain all day long until I just drained all of my energy. And then I would let that determine my entire day until I discovered finding happiness in just the littlest things in life. Now, there's many little things to be happy for. You know, the wind in your face, a sunrise, a song, the sound of someone's voice can be a little thing. A nice walk in the park, listening to nature, getting exercise. Those are all little things. Okay? But so many people get overwhelmed with taking what is considerably little things and turning them into bigger things. And then that's when you get overwhelmed. That's when you get burned out. That's when you get tired. Okay? And then you don't want to take any action at all. All right? So I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to join me here today. It's time for me to go. Dinner time. Must go cook dinner. So once again, another shout out to each and every one of you. ESN, OFW Vlog, thank you for joining me here today. 4Ks, thank you for joining me here today. And we will see you next time. You guys have a great day. Keep smiling. Be thankful. And I will